Hello everyone, Roberto here for another video review, this time Mr. Kipling's new 8 After Dinner Mint Fancies. So there we go, yeah, so basically it's based on their regular, I'm sure they're still called French Fancies, but they might be called fondant fancies, at least, you know, other non-Mr. Kipling branded ones are usually called fondant fancies, but I've always known them as French Fancies, so, you know, that's probably what I'll call them. But I do apologise if they've changed the name. But yeah, so they've released these, so they're essentially, normally they look exactly the same basically, but usually it's a very much a sort of regular, relatively low-end product that's just like a sort of cube of sponge with a dome of cream on top. And in this case, they've changed the sponge from like a vanilla sponge to a chocolate sponge, and also like the cream is now mint flavoured. And they did an orange one as well, which I've just reviewed, so go watch that one if you haven't already. Yeah, and obviously these are designed to be like a sort of high-end after-dinner, you know, product. That's very sort of, you know, very, you know, it's got like the signature collection thing on it. You can see that sort of signature collection symbol there, and it's all on the side as well. Meant to be a premium product, basically. But is it? That's the question, isn't it, really? And I'm not so sure. I mean, the packaging looks very nice. I quite like the minimalistic look, and but I can't really see the product through that clear screen. I mean, can you? You know, it's meant to be like a transparent screen so you can see, but I can't see it at all. Not really. It's very dark, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It looks nice, but I don't think it looks. I don't think this is the premium product you'd be expecting after your dinner. I mean, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? Really unsure about this one. But yeah, before I forget, by the way, I've done about 600 reviews now. Yeah, believe it or not. Lots of K-bar reviews as well. So in this corner, there'll be an eye symbol that appeared around this time. Basically, there's a playlist linking to a playlist of all my reviews. So go watch those after you've watched this one, after you subscribe, of course, as well. And they've done a cake bar playlist, I'm sure, as well. And perhaps even a Mr. Kipling French Fancies cake bar playlist or something anyway. So if I have done, it'll probably be in the link in the top left as well. So if you click on there, you'll see a list of all the different playlists and things. So go check them out if you enjoyed this review, even if you don't. Okay, so back to this. Yeah, so basically, I mean, when, you know, I think I explained in my other review as well. But my mum used to, when she used to have a meal, you know, you'd have like a little one of those after eight sort of sleeves with a, you know, it's like another chocolate, a chocolate mint that you have after, you know, and you know, it wasn't a prestigious chocolate or anything, but it looked nice. You know, it had a nice sort of paper case to it with an after eight written in fancy writing, gold, metallic shiny text or whatever, and he looked like a nice little thing, and it was a bit of a palate cleanser because it was quite nice and minty. Now, of course, there was the orange ones as well, and there's these mint ones. Now, that I find it hard to believe that if someone was presented with one of these, that they would think it was anything really other than just the French Fancy, you know, a regular one, because you wouldn't even know what's on the inside either. You might smell the mint or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. So I think we should give it an open and find out, shouldn't we, really? Well, in fact, before we do that, let's just have a look at the packaging a bit more, because we've not really done too much, have we? I keep getting carried away. Because it does look quite prestigious, and I think it's worth checking out. I mean, I usually do it anyway. I can't be hurrying things up, can I? You know, but, but you got to look at the packaging. I think it's quite nice. And then there's some spiel on the back. I mean, it says, 8 After Dinner Mint Fancies. Introducing Mr. Kipling's signature collection, a combination of mouth-watering flavours in Mr. Kipling's most renowned recipes to create a range of deliciously indulgent cakes. Whether it's treating yourself or sharing with friends, the signature collection brings a special moment to every day. To every day. I was going to say to everyday joy, really, but a special moment to every day. Discover the Mr. Kipling's signature collection After Dinner Mint Fancies, a light chocolate sponge topped with a smooth mint cream and enrobed with soft chocolate fondant. Lovingly baked in Britain. No artificial flavours, no hydrogenated fats, suitable for vegetarians. And the other one was suitable for vegetarians as well. Yeah. So per cake, 28 grams. There's 8 of them in the pack. It's 106 calories, 3.2 grams of fat, 1.5 which are saturates. The calories are the same as the orange ones, but there's 0.1 more gram of fat in this, but 0.1. So 0.1 more gram of fat and 0.1 more gram of saturated fat as well. So yeah. Okay, I thought it was yeah. Okay. Right, so there we go. So yes, yeah, so quite interesting. The official description is chocolate flavoured sponge cakes with a mint topping, 11%, covered with chocolate fondant icing, 49%. So percentage is the same, as you'd imagine, between the two different ones. Okay, well, it looks very nice. I mean, I think we should have a look on the inside, though, shouldn't we, just to see if it is as premium as they think. But based on the fact that the other review I did, I'm not convinced, really. The box looks nice, though. But yeah, let's give it an open and find out. Let's do it. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to give these an open then, just to see how prestigious they are. So one thing I do like about Mr. Kipling's French fancy packaging, at least, is that it is always, quite tightly packed. So you can see here this is the case. So they're all quite tightly packed in. There's 8 in there, and there's no real space. There's a bit of space at the side, but you can give them a couple, half a centimetre, whatever it is. They're really tightly packed, and I like that about these. Not like with all their products, but with the French fancies they are, which is good. They look exactly the same from the outside. It's the orange ones. So here's this is the mint ones, and the orange ones. It's exactly the same, so there's no difference. The problem is they relatively, other than the case being a brown case, they look exactly the same as the chocolate ones from the regular French fancies as well, by the looks of it. So I think the case is white in the regular French fancies. So it doesn't look like a premium product, does it at all? And I said this with the orange ones as well. This case, there is a mint smell coming from, which is nice. But so you do get that mint smell actually. So if you were presented with these, you would get a nice smell. You did get the orange smell with the other ones as well, the orange ones. But if you looked at this, you're not presented with something that looks like a premium product. This signature collection, or this fancy after dinner, look at this. It's a prestigious collection, signature collection, premium product. It's not reflected in this, is it? You know what I mean? It just isn't. I mean, this case, it's just like a regular cake case, isn't it? It's like the normal ones. You would never think this was not just a regular French fancy, and even if you regular chocolate one, and even if you did think it was something different, you just think it's like a limited edition, not a premium product. You would never. This would not look very special, as an after dinner treat, would it? You know what I mean? If you just had a big massive slice of gâteau or something, that would look a lot better than this, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's not really even like a palette cleanser like an After 8 is. I mean, it needed to have this case needed to be like the same material as the After 8 case is. That sort of I don't know, crinkly, plasticky, whatever it is. Probably not good for the environment case, but either way, something like that is good for the environment, I guess. But with all the signature collections, writing and that K on it, that sort of thing there, written on it, in gold leaf, like that. Basically, that's what needed to be on it. It needed to be on it, and even if it was on this, it'd be better. Just to make it look like a premium product, but it just looks like a normal French fancy. So yeah, disappointing. It's a bit warm today, and the chocolate's. I mean, look, it's a bit warm today. I mean, so we might have to give it a slight benefit of the doubt. But the wrapper has brought off all the chocolates as well. So I mean, that's probably because it is warm, as I say. But even so, that's happened, and that does happen to regular French fancies anyway. I must say that, so it probably isn't really down to the climate. Yeah, so it's a bit disappointing, isn't it? So let's cut it in half. I think you'd be disappointed really to be given this. Okay, but let's have a look on the inside. So yeah, well, there's a good dome there of cream there. It looks nice actually, doesn't it? You got a good dome there. There you go. The chocolate sponge as well, and it looks pretty similar. I mean, obviously the cut, it's got a slightly stylized dissection here, but I think you could say that does relatively look like it does on the box. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. It's not a bad representation, that. Relative. I mean, obviously the sides come off in my case, but it's not too dissimilar. The proportions look okay. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, as I say, it's. Other than that, though, I think I'd be a bit disappointed with to sort of be presented with that, some kind of after dinner treat. I think it's it's just a French fancy, isn't it? Okay, but that's they are nice though. But you know what I mean. I don't think they're anything prestigious or special, especially if they're not presented in that way, and they're not really, but just with a regular cake case. So I'm not really sure who they're aiming this at or what they're hoping to achieve from it. But I don't think it's going to sell as some kind of after dinner prestigious treat. But anyway, having said all that, let's see what it tastes like. So let's give it a taste, and hopefully at least the taste will be there. Let's do it. Right, okay, everyone, so I'm going to give these, Mr. Kipling after dinner mint fancies a go. So let's give them a taste. So I've got one here. I've sliced earlier. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. I'm not convinced about the mint cream, I must say. I mean, it's just a bit of a, it's just a bit weird. It tastes a bit weird actually. Yeah, it's not that nice. It doesn't work. The cream bean flavoured mint, I think, is the gist of it. Yeah. It tastes a bit. It doesn't taste very natural at all. It tastes very artificial. It has a mint taste, but it's the cream and the mint combined. It just doesn't taste that great. Yeah. Nibble for the top. Yeah, it's yeah, it doesn't work really. I don't think actually. The chocolate's nice. It's definitely nicer than the regular. It's basically the same as the orange one really. The sponge is pretty nice and the chocolate's nice. It's better than the regular chocolate French Fancy. It doesn't taste the same. The chocolate on the outside, And the sponge is pretty nice actually, because normally chocolate sponge tastes a bit boring actually and a bit dry and not very nice. But this isn't too bad. But unfortunately, the mint cream it's the dominant taste, as you'd expect. And it is minty, but I don't know. It just doesn't taste that great. It just doesn't. It's just not a nice flavour in the cream, I don't think. So I think I think the orange one's nice. The orange one's a bit of a funny flavour as well, I would say, but it's not too. It doesn't make you feel like it's sort of a bit weird, It's not the best flavour, the orange one, but it's nice, It works just about. But the mint one, I'm not too convinced at all. It's not a strong mint flavour, but it does act as a sort of minty taste. It does, like a palate refresher or whatever, palate cleaner maybe, cleanser. But I don't know. I think really these are not going to replace After Eight mints as a sort of after dinner treat. Even After Eights are quite mundane, not really that prestigious. They come across that way. They just have a little nicety to them. They look nice. They're presented nice. But these just aren't really. I mean, some of them, because they've sort of semi-bashed against the top, they have a bit of a dint on the top. Some of them do, only minor. Maybe just one or two of them. But it does happen, and they don't look prestigious at all. I don't think they taste that great. They're just not really doing what they're meant to do. Be some kind of after dinner product. It doesn't really work. And as I say, the sides can stick to the case if it's too hot, or even if it's not, perhaps. So you get like things like this where it's it's not really even a fondant, is it? A fondant? Yeah, chocolate fondant icing. Okay, yeah, it peels on. He does that in the regular ones actually, and I don't think it's heat related really, but obviously the heat doesn't help. So it's just they're not really a premium product. They don't look like one. They don't really taste like one, especially the mint one. It's I mean, I was quite good to the orange one because it did taste nice actually. But I think the mint one, especially, you'd expect it to be a bit more of a sort of premium taste, feel, look. Because I would imagine it's really going up against something like an After Eight, and it just doesn't. But overall, it doesn't really taste great. The flavour of the mint, everything else is really nice. The sponge and the chocolate covering it, and the chocolate fondant icing or whatever it is. It's nice. It's unusual to get a nice chocolate sponge in these things. But unfortunately, the cream, I've nibbled round it, so just give it a try. But so now to start with the cream. Yeah, it's not a pleasant taste. It doesn't taste. It tastes very fake, It's something. It just doesn't taste nice, which is a shame. Yeah, I think other than the cream, it's really good, and it would be really quite high, nice chocolate cake, really. And if they didn't have the cream there, you'd think, oh, it's quite nice actually. Maybe a bit mundane without the cream on top, of course, but it's not too bad. But with the cream, it just isn't a pleasant taste, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to have to give these a 2.5 out of 5, I think. It's a bit of a shame, really, and it's a good idea, but just not well presented and not well implemented. And as I say, the mint flavour is just not that great, unfortunately. But other than that, it's really nice. And if only the actual regular chocolate fancies, French Fancies or whatever, tasted like this, they'd be even nicer in the regular ones, but unfortunately they're probably the worst ones really, because the chocolate just doesn't taste that great in them for some reason. So if they introduce this onto those, I think that'd be great. But again, as I say, they just look like French Fancies. They don't look anything special at all. They don't taste anything special either. They're just, yeah, a bit of a miss, these ones. But the orange ones are a lot better, I think. But obviously watch that review, see what I think, see what I say about those. But let me get the gist of what's going on. So there we go. Yeah, 2.5 out of 5. Bit of a disappointment, really. But there we go. Okay, so let me know what you think as well. Subscribe to my videos as well, of course. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon if you can. Always great to hear from you, it really is. So leave a comment. It's always great to hear from you, even if it's about something else. But let me know what you think about these as well, if you've had them, or what your favourite French Fancy is, of course. There's been many limited edition ones. But if you'd think this was something prestigious, if you had it presented to you after a posh meal. I'm not sure I would really, but and I don't know how you'd present it either. How would you present this? I'm not sure. I don't know. Flagging it, I don't know. No idea. But anyway, let me know what you think. Or you can even show me your attempt somehow. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. See you soon. Bye for now. Bye.